It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center, providing big city healthcare with a hometown touch. And now, Down on the Corner.
North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, June 26, 2019 at 7 a.m.
Again, another beautiful morning. I'm
Yep.
liking these mornings. I like this kind of temperature.
Yeah.
If we keep this year around.
Well, I'd like to pull that humidity down about 30%.
Yeah, but I can't be picky. I'm
I can be.
well, we got to give you something to whine about. So it's just kind
Little
of like,
humidity. I mean, but it's only 70 degrees. But it has been nice. Nice
is.
evenings, nice mornings, yeah.
Like I said, good camping weather.
It is, yeah.
And I haven't been camping yet.
What's wrong with you?
I'm a deprived child.
Tent or camper?
I'm a tent.
Tent, oh yeah.
I have a little camper thing we never use, but I'm a tent guy.
Yeah,
I'm
pitch a
I'm
tent,
tent fan.
Coleman stove, Coleman lantern.
Yep.
There you go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome down on the corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis. Brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center. Be sure to check out Urgent Care 24/7 from your smartphone or computer. Excuse me, only $69 per visit. Get started today. Go to the App Store on your iPhone or Google Play on your other devices, and you go to BaxterRegionalCare.com on your computer. So log it in.
It's amazing how fast technology changes, and they're just right in front of it.
And now this 3D imaging training.
Yeah, and I mentioned that, I think, right after we went to that donor banquet thing and talking about these, you can't really call them mannequins because they're computerized.
I remember you saying
They
yeah.
make sounds, they make noises, and what's cool is you're working on somebody, and you never get to see exactly what's going on inside, and now you can put 3D glasses on and you can see all the organs, all the stuff, and as you push here or do this, what moves, what shifts. It's just really, really cool.
Yeah, and that innovation's coming to Baxter Regional Medical Center.
Oh, it's here.
Wow, it's here. Wow, check it out. The Urgent Care 24/7, $69 per visit. It's free to register. Baxter Regional Medical Center is the envy of many hospitals throughout the Midwest part of the country. I like the old MASH line, best care anywhere, Baxter Regional Medical Center, right?
There you go.
You bet. Tobias was there yesterday. Had a good time with Tobias and everybody. So Baxter
Yeah, he
Regional.
hadn't been in a little while. It was good to have him in. He's always sending people.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you get vacation time.
He's a busy guy, though.
He
is
And then he got
busy.
recognized one of the top 40 executives under 40 in the state for what he does. Yeah, doing a great job. So, Baxter Regional Medical Center, the best care in the Midwest. Like I say, the envy of many Midwestern hospitals is right here in Baxter County, Baxter Regional Medical Center. And I'm enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. You can do the same thing with 3 locations to serve you in Mountain Home. We've got Bomber Boulevard, 62 East Plaza, and then, of course, Baxter Regional's lobby.
Or come by here and get the maximum.
We've got the adult dose
strength.
right here. Yep, we've got the best coffee here this morning. Stop by. We're at 1226 Commerce Drive in Mountain Home. Come by, have a cup of coffee, and join the fun. Just walk in behind the cameras, you know.
I don't know. We've had some walk right in on us. So.
Some walk right in before. So check them out. Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. Mike and his staff do a great job, and you'll thoroughly enjoy what you get. I got to get some cinnamon rolls one of these days. Got to get out there and get some.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Cinnamon rolls about that big.
They're good.
They're good. Check them out.
But he'll talk them up for a couple months before getting them.
Your vehicle heads east too, doesn't it?
I'm on the other side of town. I'm working on the other side of town.
Check them out. Brewed Awakening Coffee. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. The best coffee in town. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. And right here, you can talk to Bruce and Charlotte and Chris or Brad, anybody out there, emergency or non-emergency. They can help you out. Time to pre-plan. Stop by, call them, and get some pre-planning done. They know what to do. They can handle it. Went through it in November of last year. Piece of cake. Very professional.
You want to know the difference? Just go talk to one of them. Their heart is in it, what they do, and it's...
Here's the papers. Here's what I know. It was handled. That was it. So, wow. I tell you what, when they say with all our respect, they mean it with all their respect. It's unbelievable. And the professionalism, the quality, and just how they handle things. Couldn't be better. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, in Psalm 33:12, it says, "Blessed is a nation whose God is the Lord," yet some of our politicians forget that. Lord, if we take a good hard look at anti-Christian countries and the way they treat their own people, women and children abused, poverty issues, Lord, we put our trust in false hope, yet we believe them. One candidate promises to cure cancer while another wants to cancel all college loans. So how about reality? Perhaps if we obeyed God many years ago, we wouldn't be having any of these issues right now. My prayer today is, Lord, bring our nation back to God. And that is my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now,
brace yourself, guys.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh, hey.
That wasn't too good this morning.
No, it wasn't as painful as some of them.
The weather.
Do you ever practice that?
No.
Not in the shower.
No,
I don't
even
3
know.
o'clock in the morning.
I don't even know how it started. And now you got me stuck doing it every morning. I don't even do that.
You know, what if, let's see, what are the chords of do? What if I brought my Gibson Les Paul in here with an amp and you do it in heavy metal?
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that'll go over.
That's kind of, that top note's kind of a flat, so.
It's flat the way I do.
So what are we doing? F, G, and B flat, right?
Flat, sharp, it don't matter as long as it's
low,
not
flat,
on.
Right? Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda's the door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net. The award-winning Z Team. Buying, selling, need property, Arkansas or Missouri. Give them a call today or check out RetireToArkansas.net. And we're heading over there right now to take a look at the White River in Cotter. A little bit of fog on the river. You can almost see the little baseball field and Railroad Museum area right there, the fog along the river. The bridge is on the left side, 62-412 bridge. You see the river come through.
Just enough fog to make it look like an island again. It's Cotter Island.
Cotter Island, there you go, yeah. Up to the upper to the upper left-hand corner, I see some cloud cover coming in. We'll have to check that radar here in a bit, see if we got some rain moving in. Upper right-hand corner would be basically where Mountain Home is located. In the center of the picture would be the Missouri state line. And so the beautiful shot from the White River. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team. For all your real estate needs, they can help you basically all over the state. But, you know, Marion County, Baxter County, Fulton, Stone, Izard, they've got their representatives positioned to help you. Believe me, they can get it done. And the awards they have won prove that they're true customer servants. They will help their customers to the bitter end. I mean, couldn't be better. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, the award-winning Z Team. And also, Linda's a professional stager, so when you list your home with Bob and Linda, they can set it up for that certain eye appeal, like, ooh, I like that, you know. So, the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, 870-405-0793. And once again, the challenge to all my friends in St. Louis and St. Clair County, Illinois, you're getting ready to retire in a couple of years. Give them a call today and get pre-planning here for retirement, folks, because I know you're going to be coming down here. So come on down. Love to have y'all, but call the Z Team and find that special spot. Right?
There you go.
All right.
I love the shot, though. I love being able to see what all's going on at Cotter when they have their festivals and their baseball games and stuff. You can click on this anytime and look at it.
Okay, remember that shot right there. I'm seeing a little bit of rain, it looks like, in the upper left-hand corner. So let's take a look at the weather real quick. 70 degrees in Mountain Home, 71 in Flippin. We're going to go back and forth. 70 in Mountain Home, 71 at Flippin, 70 in Harrison, 71 in Yellville. Now we're 69 degrees in Salem, 70 at Calico, 68 at Mountain View, 69 in St. Louis. Poplar Bluff, Missouri at 72, while West Plains is at 69, 72 in Branson. But it's summertime in North Dakota, 46 degrees this morning. My son says, yeah, I actually took my coat off today. Woo, okay. The national radar, we got showers lined up from the Dakotas, Nebraska, Kansas. Let's see, what do we got here? South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, and parts of Arkansas. So maybe that little shower that we're seeing on the Z Team river view right there may be what we're seeing here in a little bit. We'll check this out in a little bit. Got shower activity in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, parts of Georgia. Other than that, that's about it. We got a line. It looks like a little front coming through. We ready for that Little Rock stop there?
Yep.
All right. Checking the Little Rock. It was a little bit dark cloud up there, but anyway. I'm seeing some shower activity in northern Louisiana over around Greenville, Mississippi. Other than that, just light showers north of El Dorado to the southeast of I-30, a little bit north of Fayetteville, stretching over to Branson. Other than that, your Highway 62, 412 east and west, 65 north-south, Little Rock to Branson, Batesville, Poplar Bluff, 167, 167. Along with your interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, 555 in Arkansas clear at this time. Maybe some light mist going on, but not too bad at all. Back that out. We'll take a look at the St. Louis area. I-70 Columbia to St. Louis, picking up maybe a little bit of stuff there. And it may just be moisture in the air. The humidity is pretty high. I-44 Rolla to St. Louis, showing a little bit along I-44 along with I-55 coming in from Cape Girardeau, Missouri into St. Louis. I-64 East St. Louis, Illinois to Mount Vernon, in pretty good shape there. And I-70 Vandalia to Effingham, Illinois with no problems there. I-24 to Interstate 57 south of Carbondale, Illinois, looks like it's in pretty good shape. And I-55 south of Sikeston, Missouri. No problems there. Southwest Missouri, maybe we'll pick up some of this. Why am I getting that big glob on the national, but I'm not picking it up on the other? Look at this. See this here in Southwest Missouri?
Put that in motion. There we go.
See, it's
just
kind of fizzling when it gets to Springfield.
But there's a big blob over there in that corner, which is where it was showing, and then it's just kind of fizzling out. That's what's happening.
Huh. So anyway, I-44 Joplin to Springfield, some shower activity right there. I-49 Joplin north to Kansas City around Nevada. You can see kind of that swirl right there. Interstate 70 Kansas City towards Columbia, Missouri. Not too bad right there. And you see I-40 Tulsa, Fort Smith coming into Arkansas. And we'll back that out. We'll take a look. Any warnings? We have we have a severe thunderstorm watch in Nebraska and Iowa and northern Missouri. Other than that, not too bad. Red flag warnings in Nevada. Of course, it's hot and dry in the desert. Duh. You know, it is summer. Okay. Nothing other than being careful around the rivers. Missouri River, Mississippi River, Arkansas River, White River. You know, some of the dams are starting to release some waters. All the rain that came through over the weekend didn't help matters, but nevertheless, it is what it is. 7-day forecast today, 40% chance of thunder showers with a high of 87. Tonight, a low of 68. Thursday, 20% chance of showers. Tomorrow should be around 90 degrees. Thursday night, mostly clear. Low of 69. Friday, 20% chance of showers. Sunny, then slight chance, high of 89. Friday night, 69 degrees. Saturday, 89 degrees and mostly sunny. Same thing on Sunday, high of 88. We'll check iDrive. Go ahead.
I don't know that they ever actually opened the spillways, did they? They were going to, but I think they backed off. Looking at the numbers, I mean, I've got the graph here in Calico Rock. The White River's way down. So
really?
They hadn't.
I think it was scheduled on Monday, but I haven't heard if they followed through.
They may have held off due to the rain. I don't know what it was.
Yeah. Checking iDrive Arkansas. Before you travel, go to iDrive Arkansas. You can check your border states, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee. And let's see, let's pick one out here northwest of Paragould, I should say. In Greene County, a bridge issue on Highway 141. These are state highways, so they're not federal highways or the interstates. So this is what some of us call the side roads. Over around Fayetteville, we have another issue here, a pipe culvert failure on Highway 265. So if there's anything on the major highways, the interstates, it'll be flagged here as well. Same thing in Missouri. Missouri's got a lot more issues with the flooding along I-70 and I-29, Kansas City north into Iowa. And so be sure to check out iDrive Arkansas or Missouri Department of Transportation before you travel. And so allergy time. What do you guess on the allergies today?
Medium.
Yep. 4.1. Grasses, plankton, and nettle. Tomorrow, 4.4. It comes up a little bit, but right now we're running in the green area, which is not too bad. But still, it is what it is. Another look at the White River, brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, for all your real estate. Look how fast the fog has lifted from the bridge.
Over, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of moved over to the east towards Mountain Home. Interesting. The River View, brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, 870-405, 0793, retired to Arkansas.net, the award-winning Z-Team. Community Calendar, brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home, best breakfast, best lunch in town, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11.
We got pork chop and eggs this morning. You like those pork chops. Hand-cut pork chop, eggs, hash browns, biscuit and gravy or toast, all for just $6.88. Can't beat it.
And you didn't bring any down here.
I ain't getting up that early to make it. I get up early enough to get things started as far as the biscuits and stuff like that. I'm not, I'm not cooking too. It ain't happening. For lunch, we've got a choice between ham and beans or liver and onions. Both come with 2 sides, roller cornbread, also $6.88. We're going to try one of their pies. They got some really good pies.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. All right. All right. This week's headliner at Friday Night Block Party is the Natural State Band. Music starts at 7 June. You got June 21st here. This is wrong. Who are you showing? Can you pull that up?
I don't have it.
Really? Anyway, block party for Friday night. According to this, is Clayton's Downtown Grill, the Nature's Way health food store on the square. If I'm wrong on that, I'm wrong. But that's what the email is saying. Do we have the 4th of July celebrations?
Well, there shouldn't be music on the square tonight or this Friday because of the red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue.
They'll do it over at the
I'll have to check that email again. Oh, disregard that last one. Saturday, July 6th at Lead Hill Park, the Veterans of Foreign Wars and Auxiliary Lead Hill Post 10-417. They're going to be having let me back up because it's coming in 2 pages. I love how these
You need to print them off.
Yeah, if the printer would work.
Printer works just fine. It's an operator error.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
They're having their 4th of July live auction Saturday, July 6th at 6 p.m. at the Lead Hill Park. Items are up for auction include many Branson show tickets and attractions. Gift certificates for many of the local restaurant businesses will be available as well. You got anything?
OFA football, youth football. If you got a child that's in 3rd grade on up to 6th grade and you want to get them into football, they're still doing sign-ups. The next sign-up will be on July 13th over at the locker room from 12 to 2. So if you're interested, they're still doing sign-ups. I think they got one more after that.
They instead of we, like you and Bob?
Yeah, I'm usually not there for the sign-ups.
Oh, really?
So I still help out and I'm still part of it. But
at the Donald W. Reynolds Library, July 13th, 10 to 2, be the Area Author Showcase. Area authors will be at the library promoting and signing their published works. All right. Coming up on 7:18, Arkansas Game and Fish are here today, so stick around. You got anything else?
I don't think I do.
All right, quick break. Be right back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with a pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn and Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn and Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Why would I recommend Hospice the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
(7:22), and we want to welcome Paul and Jeremy here from Arkansas Game and Fish. Going to be talking a little Crooked Creek and some fishing.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. How's everybody?
Doing good.
Yeah. So
he's going to come in and tell us how we make the big bucks, right?
Yeah, we're going to make some money here.
So yeah, over the last few months, we've been doing a lot of work on Crooked Creek. A couple years ago, we put in a new access at George's Creek there, the Mark Oliver access, and we've been getting some concerns about the increase in pressure and the amount of fish getting caught, and the perceived harvest that people were keeping a bunch of fish out of the creek. And so we wanted to put some numbers to people's concerns so we could talk to them and potentially change regulations if need be after the end of the study. So since March, we've been conducting a creel survey.
A what?
A creel survey, where we go out to the different accesses on Crooked Creek and interview anglers. We ask them where they're from, so we can get an idea how far people are traveling to fish the creek, how much money they're spending when they come on their fishing trip, what they've caught, what they've harvested, anything that they got on a stringer in their live well bucket or whatever, we'll actually measure and ID so we know what's getting taken out of the creek. And then we'll also ask them to estimate what they've released, so it gives them this idea of what people are releasing. We'll ask them what they've been using to fish that day, whether it's soft plastics, artificial lures, live bait. Give us a bunch of information.
Is this strictly on the smallmouth?
This is the creel surveys for everything that they're catching.
Really?
But in conjunction with the creel survey, we're also doing a tagging study, and this is to give us an idea of fishing mortality. So how many fish are dying because of fishing, whether it be from harvest, people keeping fish, or also we can get an estimate. There's been studies done on catch and release mortality, how many fish die after being caught and released, based on different lures and that kind of stuff. So we can get estimates on that too, just based on voluntary release of fish. So to get estimates of fishing mortality, we go out and tag a bunch of fish. Since May 31st, we've tagged 121 smallmouth bass.
Of this year?
Yeah. Yep,
like in the last 20-something days?
Yep, in the last few days, last few weeks. So we take our electrofishing boat out there and shock the creek, and anything over 14 inches, we're sticking a tag in. Now, we're not getting all of the fish. We've had people call in and say, well, I've caught some nice fish, and they haven't had a tag on. What gives? And it's like, well, we're not getting every fish in the creek, so just what we can capture with the electrofishing boat. And if they're over 14 inches, we'll stick a tag in them. So we've tagged 121 fish so far, and anywhere from Pyatt down to Yellville is the section we're looking at. Now the fish may move up and downstream from there, as well, swimming, but that's the section we're focused on. That's where the most fishing pressure is, and that stays wet all year.
When you say pressure, what do you mean pressure?
Pressure, just where people are fishing the most.
Okay.
Or basically where they're angling the most.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. So that's the area we're focused on. And then, so we're tagging these fish, and people will catch a fish. It's a spaghetti tag. I brought some in. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they're called dart tags or spaghetti tags.
Somebody here will take a picture of them, and we'll put it on the... Yeah, go ahead.
And they just hang off the back of the fish. We put it right under their dorsal fin, and they stick out pretty good. We want people to notice them when they catch them and say, oh, what's that? So we've also put flyers out. We had an article in the newspaper to let people know what's going on as well. But we put some flyers out around the creek, and it's been on our Game and Fish Facebook page. So when you catch a fish with a tag in it, you can, if you plan on releasing the fish, just take a fingernail clipper, scissors, or whatever you got, and clip the tag off right at the body of the fish. And there's a phone number on the tag and an ID number, and you'll call that phone number. I'll answer and get another series of questions from you. Where did you catch the fish, to give us an idea of, if there's some movement up or down the creek, what you were using, what time of day, whether people are night fishing or day fishing. We can get an idea of that, and also we ask where people are coming from. And tags are valued anywhere from $10 to $100, and we've had some people spreading rumors that they're worth thousands of dollars, and yeah, we haven't done any $1,000 fish or anything like that. So they're $10 to $100, and
that's
just
what the
based
tags
on the
look
tag.
like. We got the tags up on the screen.
Tags are up on the monitor there. So let's go back to yellow and the red, right?
Yep. So yeah, they're different valued amounts, and we've also double tagged a few. So if your fish has 2 tags in it, we're doing that to estimate tag loss. So if you catch a fish and you report that it had 1 tag in it, and I know in my records it was supposed to have 2, well, we know that fish has expelled a tag, and we can extrapolate that for the rest of the fish out there and say this is how many fish has lost their tag throughout the study.
How do you, through the mouth and up the gill?
No, we put it in their back along their dorsal fin.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be sticking out of their back is where we're putting them.
Huh.
So.
And they said, I know from reading the article, that you catch them, especially if you're going to catch them release, clip the tag right up close to their body, that the rest will dissolve over time.
Yeah, that was kind of a miscommunication. He was talking about catch and release and what you do with a deep hook fish. So I said, cut the hook, and the hook will rust and dissolve out. But he I guess took that as the tag. But the tag will probably wiggle itself out after you clip it. It's not going to hurt the fish, just to clip it and leave that small amount of tag in the back of the fish.
It would be basically like having a splinter. Over time your body expels it, and it's going to be the same thing. It'll push that rest of that out over time.
But it'll be less detrimental to clip the fish than try to get this barb, out of the fish by yanking on it. So we just recommend clipping the tag to report it. And you don't have to keep the fish if it's tagged. Just clip it, and you can still harvest the fish if it does have a tag. If you want to, as long as you're in an area that you can harvest. So that's one thing we're looking at. Just do what you normally do if you caught that fish. That's what we want to know is. How many fish are getting taken out and how many fish are being caught and released. So don't do anything that you wouldn't normally, do.
Follow regulations.
Just follow the regulations and what you'd normally do on your fishing day. So,
So when you're talking to people and you're asking, you're doing a survey on where people are coming from to fish Crooked Creek? What's the farthest destination they've come in from?
I haven't worked up the data. This study, the Creel survey, will go through August. Then I'll start going through it all. But we've had people from Kansas and Tennessee and people Texas.
I actually interviewed somebody from Alaska.
I'll be darned.
Wow.
Alaska coming down here to go fish.
That
really seems messed up.
They want some bass instead of salmon.
Yeah, and, we ask them how much they've spent on their fishing trip to give us an idea how much money's coming into the area and stuff to fish the creek. And people have heard, a lot about Crooked Creek. Just been pretty well publicized as a pretty good smallmouth fishery. So it's pretty neat, and we're going to be able to put some numbers to where people are coming from and all that stuff. So
that's cool.
When you talk about catch and release and the death of a fish after catch and release, what causes that? Is it the shock of coming out? Is that Crooked Creek's? What's its normal temperature right now?
It's probably around 70 right now.
Ooh, I was guessing 62, 63.
No, it's pretty shallow, so it typically will warm up a lot faster than the White River.
So what happens?
It's just, if the fish is deep hooked and people try to yank that hook out and get some of the stomach or whatever with it, also handling, if you drop it on a rock or hold it out of the water too long, there's a lot of things that could go wrong, that would cause a catch and release fish to die. But
and like Bull Shoals or Norfolk, we see catch and release mortality after, like on a striped bass, after a really long fight. Especially if the water's really warm, it really stresses them out. So, if it's a fish that fights a really long time and in a stressful situation, that could over time, we see mortality 24 hours, 48 hours after being released.
Really? Huh.
Another part of our study that we did tagging survival. So we shocked the fish, stuck a tag in it, and then we put it in a live tank, hauling tank, for a couple days to see if the tagging was having any impact on their survival. And we didn't have any die due to shocking or tagging during that time. So,
in fact, we actually had one of those that was in the survival study that was caught within 24 hours after being released from the study. So
he had a rough week. We shocked him on Tuesday, got held in the tank Wednesday, Thursday, and I released him Thursday afternoon, and somebody caught him on Friday. So
poor
he had a
guy.
pretty exciting week.
Didn't stand a chance.
But they clipped his tag, so hopefully he'll be left alone now for a while. But yeah.
Was he catch and release, or was he dinner at 6?
Yeah, that's another thing. Since we've tagged 121 fish, we've already had 20 of those fish called back in. And we've only had one of those fish that was actually kept. So 19 of those have been released. And it's one of the things we ask is, would you have kept the fish had it not been tagged? And this guy said, oh, probably not. I didn't know what to do. I thought I had to keep it to get my reward. And we're like, well, no, you could have clipped the tag and released it. But so he probably wouldn't have kept that fish either had it not been tagged. So yeah, catch and release is pretty prevalent out there, and not very many people are keeping smallmouth from what we're seeing on the Creel survey and the tagging study so far. Like I said, we've been doing the Creel survey since March, and we've probably done, 150 interviews.
Yeah, so we've been out there 30, we're almost 40 days that we've been out there since 1st of March. We do 10 days per month, 6 hours at a time, and we do 5 weekdays and 5 weekend days.
So out of that roughly 150 interviews, we've only had one smallmouth kept in that amount of time too. So catch and release is pretty popular out there. People, what we're seeing, people aren't keeping smallmouth for the most part. So.
Can you imagine having to spend your summer 10 days out of a month on Crooked Creek all the time?
Man, rough job. Job.
Oh, my goodness. 7:34. We need to take a break. More with Arkansas Game and Fish after this.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity and hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
.37, visiting with Paul and Jeremy from Arkansas Game and Fish. And what do we need to pick up on now? We've been talking about the tagging of some fish out of Crooked Creek. And
yeah, so why don't we shift directions and we'll talk a little bit about the lakes. You know, the Crooked Creek thing is a very important project, but Crooked Creek's not the only responsibility that Paul and I have. So Paul and I are over 8 counties in north central Arkansas, and that includes the Bull Shoals Lake, Norfolk Lake, Crooked Creek, Buffalo River, and we actually have a little piece of Table Rock. So we have some very famous water bodies that we manage, and we also, you know, we have the Spring River too. I forget about that, and we do assist with trout waters. It is in our district, and we do assist from time to time with them. They handle the tailwater. The trout program handles the tailwater really well, but occasionally they need help, so we'll help them. One of our big focuses the last few years has been on habitat on Bull Shoals in Norfolk. So in the 90s, Mark Oliver, many of your viewers may know Mark. He's a previous biologist. He got the idea of restoring, or not necessarily restoring, but adding fish habitat to these lakes. So when these Bull Shoals in Norfolk were constructed, they were basically clear-cutted. All the available fish habitat was basically taken out of the lakes, and so there was nothing left. So in the 90s, they started a fish habitat project on Bull Shoals in Norfolk, and at that time, it was considered the largest freshwater fish habitat project in the world. So since the mid-90s on Bull Shoals, 425 sites were established. If you fish Bull Shoals or Norfolk, you'll see the blue signs that used to be there. So there's 425 on the Arkansas side on Bull Shoals, and there was 169 on Norfolk. established since the mid 90s. So it's a lot of work, a lot of time. You know, a lot of these sites had 10 plus trees, and we're not talking little sapling trees. We're talking 10-inch, 15-inch diameter trees. So really large. So it took a lot of man hours and time to get that program established. So over time, these piles have degraded. So recently, initiative with the fisheries division as a whole statewide, is one of the main focal points is restoring fish habitat. Whether you're in an oxbow, on a river, reservoir, a small community pond, we want to restore habitat. So one of those objectives in that is to have these large-scale habitat projects. So in the last couple of years, we've had these projects where we take a lake such as Bull Shoals or Norfolk, and we bring in almost all the fishery biologists in the state from all four corners, all over the state, come in and converge on that lake and try to restore as much habitat or add as much habitat as they can in a 2-week period. So recently we did Bull Shoals. I think we did that in the fall of 2017. And we were able to restore 125 sites. Well, and the large scale project was 95, and then we was able to do another 30 on our own with the smaller group. So we was able, in basically about a 3-week period, we was able to restore 125 of the 425 sites on Bull Shoals. So we learned a lot from that project, and we in 2018 we volunteered to do Norfolk. So again, we had biologists all the state. We had teams of each week we had over 30 personnel from Game and Fish and some personnel from the hatchery below Norfolk Dam with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. And on Norfolk, we was actually, during the project, we was able to restore 159 of the 158-ish of the 169, and Paul and Cody, our habitat biologists, and some of a smaller group, were able to restore the rest of the sites and add some. So basically in a 3-week period on Norfolk, we were able to restore and add sites to a total of 191 sites now on Norfolk Lake. So all the habitat sites on Norfolk Lake have been restored.
So the habitat means...
what we do is we have the agency has 2 big habitat barges, that'll pull a tree off the bank. So we nose into the area where the old site was that's been degraded, identify trees on the bank, whether it be cedars, oak, sycamore, whatever's available. We have an agreement with the Corps of Engineers that they're all on board with this to let us cut what we need to cut and sink for fish habitat. So we'll pull up to the bank. We'll have a chainsaw crew that somebody will go cut trees, and we'll drag a rope up to that tree, drag it down to the bank, tie cinder blocks onto it, drag it out to the depth that we want it, sink it, let it go. It'll sink to the bottom, GPS it, and go do it again. And we have 3 to 5 trees on most of these sites. So of the 100,
how far out from the bank do you pull them?
It just depends, but most of them are around 30 foot because that's kind of where the thermocline sets up in the summer. But we'll, we've done this year on Norfolk, we did a lot of shallow sites for crappie anglers and stuff in the spring, up to like 10 foot, especially back in the coves. And man, they hammered the crappie on them this spring, which was good to hear. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, anytime we talk about these projects, we always want to reiterate that we have Corps permission, and that a private citizen just can't go cut down trees where they see. So you need to get with the Corps. They do have a permit process that they do give permits out to a small group each year to put in a few trees. But again, you need to get that permission and their blessing before you try any activity with that. And like Paul mentioned, the boat we use was actually donated to us by Bass Pro Shop. They actually donated 2, one to Missouri and one to us. And the unique thing about this boat is it's huge. For one, it's a massive boat, and it's kind of a pontoon boat. But the unique characteristic is the motor is mounted backwards. So
for pulling.
Yeah. So when the boat's going and typically would be going forward,
You're in
it's in reverse. And so that gives you so with the motor backwards, it gives you the full power of the motor to yank trees down or pull trees down the bank. So I mean, we can pull some pretty massive trees. It's pretty impressive to see the size tree that we can pull with that.
So with these habitat sites, have you done a study to see the percentage of increase in population on certain species?
They have looked at that in the past, and we plan on it. It's pretty tricky because there's
both lakes you'll have largemouth and striper.
Yes.
And crappie.
Yeah. Yep. But it's difficult because the fish may use it. It may change. Use may change daily. Within the day, night, day, and it's seasonally, so it's hard to get a grasp on exactly. If you went out that day, can you characterize the use that day for? Is it only for that day, or is it for that season? So yeah, we're kicking around some ideas. We definitely want to we definitely want to figure out where is the best location so that we can put the best bang for our buck. We can't be out there every day putting habitat. So if we could figure out those characteristics that would increase the number, or would be best to bring in the most fish, then. We could go and hit only those areas in the lake instead of just scattering them out like we are at this point in time until we kind of figure out.
Yeah, we scuba dive, so we scuba dive a lot. The Bull Shoals one, of course, this year the water came up once the water warmed up, so all the stuff we did last fall and winter is now in 50 foot of water, and the fish aren't down there, so there's no sense in diving on those. But once the lake goes down again, we can dive on them. And we also have a side scan sonar on our boat where we can scan these habitat and see if the fish are on them, what they like, and that kind of stuff. So
and we're hoping one day to get an underwater drone too. That technology is improving, and that might be something that we can do all 4 seasons.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool.
So what we see on both lakes is they get really, really clear when the water gets really cold. So if we could able to utilize the wintertime when the water's really clear, we might be able to utilize something like a drone to do visual inspections.
Wow, that's interesting. That is so cool. Wow.
So just staying on this habitat subject real quickly. So we're really active with the angler groups in this area, the Twin Lakes Walleye Club, the Lake Norfolk Striper Club, the local bass clubs like the Twin Lakes Bass Club and the Lake Norfolk Bass Club. And over time, we met with these groups, and we talked about this habitat project, and they asked how they can get their hands on that information. In the past, we used blue signs, and the trouble with the blue signs is if it's a really good brush pile, the angler may go up and steal that sign so nobody else knows where it's at, or the tree, the high water.
Hey, go get my fishing hole.
Yeah, the high water the sign may come loose. High water, or there's a variety of issues that we ran into. So the Game and Fish now has on their website an area that has all the habitat coordinates, but we've noticed in this area, talking with our angler groups, that sometimes that information is difficult to access. So we started something in our program or in our office where if an angler wants Bull Shoals or Norfolk data, or if they want some other lake, we'll help them with another lake. But if they come to our office, they can either bring an SD card, which is a little card that we can store all those coordinates on. They can bring their depth finder. They can bring their boat. They bring that to the office, and we will load that information directly onto whatever they bring us.
Really?
So they don't have to worry about going on the website and figuring out where to get it, getting it on their card. Each depth finder company has their own steps. You come to our office, we will get it on your unit 97% of the time.
Down on Fifth
There's
Street?
a couple of times we have an issue, but most of the time we'll get that information loaded on, and it will be on your depth finder, so you'll know exactly where that brush pile is. You don't have to be looking around for it. You'll know within 10, 15 foot that this brush pile is right here.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's interesting. 7:49, another break. This will be the last one of the hour. Be right back.
Sure, all mowers cut grass, but only a Ferris mower with suspension technology can provide you with increased productivity, quality of cut, durability, and comfort. The caster wheels and cutting deck are connected to the frame beneath the suspension. This lets the deck follow the wheels as they move up and down in relation to the ground contours. Maintaining the distance between the deck and the ground results in a beautiful, consistent cut. Visit your local Ferris dealer to experience the difference suspension makes.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. Oh, there she is. Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox, safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. Four-wheel suspension, handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work and deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
I've had back problems since about 98, and all the doctors want to do is put me on medicine. And I started coming here, and he started adjusting me. I can get up and walk a lot better. I don't have near as much pain. And the laser treatment he did on my neck and back, it helped my pain in my neck probably 75–80%. I'd recommend that for anybody that's got any kind of pain. It does wonders.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
7:52 and finishing up the program with Paul and Jeremy here for Arkansas Game and Fish, fisheries biologist. What else do we need to cover, gentlemen?
Along the lines of the habitat work we've done back in 2016, we also put in some artificial habitat. So out of Rogers, Arkansas, there's a company called Mossback Fish Rack, and we got some mossback habitats from them that we put in North Fork Lake. We put in 151 different individual structures at 16 different sites, 15 different sites? 16 sites. And so anglers that come in to get those coordinates, we'll load those on there as well, and so they can fish those artificials. And we're hoping to get feedback from folks on whether or not they're catching fish on them. And we tried to place those in different habitats, you know, points and in backwaters and that kind of stuff to just see where they would work. And we were wanting people to tell us whether or not they're catching fish on them. So we haven't heard a whole lot of response. So either they're catching fish and don't want everybody to know about it, or they're not working. So I don't know. But we've dove on those and seen a lot of fish around those too. So
those fishermen are pretty secret people.
Yeah.
You know, what I want to ask is, like, when you're out there doing some of this fishing, there's nobody around, y'all have your own little fish fry out there? Be tempting, wouldn't it? A couple of smallmouth or crappie if you're on the lake. It's got to be interesting work, though, you know. But now, has any of this ever backfired? I mean, can you get too many fish in one habitat? I mean, it's a stupid question, but I mean, you know, can you overpopulate one area and not the other? I mean... But it's beyond your control too. But.
Yeah, on Bull Shoals or North Fork or even Creek or Buffalo River, they're big enough that the fish kind of spread out. Mm-hmm. You'll see areas where, you know, of course, that there's really good habitat. A prime example is Bennett's Bayou on North Fork. It's really fertile. It's really shallow. Got off-colored water in the back, so there's a lot of fish that typically hang out. And, you know, that's the best habitat in the lake. So of course, going to be more fish there. So what you do see, you can see in those areas where you have a higher concentration of fish growth may slow down a little bit compared to somewhere like the dam area that has fewer fish. So there are issues where you can have too many fish in an area, and it could have a population level impact.
Okay, I want to talk real quick about pollution. Fishermen, they maybe pour a beverage, Coke, tea, water, beer, whatever they may be. I mean, have you seen any effects of any foreign object in the lake, river, something like that can poison? In other words, what do we don't need to be doing out there?
Of course, don't litter.
Yeah.
To pick up your trash after. Luckily, this area, North Central Arkansas, we're blessed with some high quality water. So we don't see
it can
as
dissipate
many.
Any pollution like that?
Yeah, we don't really see any pollution related issues.
Keep your septic tanks maintained, that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
You see
I
in
forgot
areas.
about that. How big of an issue is that now?
These lakes, for the most part, are core boundary, so people aren't building right on the lakes, like on Table Rock and that kind of stuff, where they have more of an issue of that up there.
So even if they have a septic tank that borders the core, even 100-foot field line should dissipate before it hits the core line, right?
Yeah, most likely, yes. Yeah, you see that kind of situation like at Lake of the Ozarks, where they don't have really a buffer strip, so the house can be like right against the lake. So you see that they're building on bluffs or something, and you can see some seepage in that regard.
There's a thing on Facebook that says, remember, if the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, it could be a septic tank issue. So when you see really tall green grass, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, grass isn't always.
But seriously, wow, this is interesting work. And, these habitats, it's, wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff out there for the anglers. Our job is to make fishing good, and we work hard to try to accomplish that. You guys are talking about the high water in the lakes and stuff, and that affects the fish as well. Not as many people are out there fishing, and also all this shoreline habitat is flooded, so they spawn in the spring, and all these babies have places to hide now, so they're not getting eaten up by other fish as much. So these high water years have really good reproduction. So
so there is a benefit
lot
to
of
some
fish
of it
out there right
good.
now, and fishing's been good. So with a high water year, every other year like we've been having, fishing's been really good everywhere. So
yeah, we try to remind the angler when they're struggling to get onto the lake, due to the high water, that in the next few years, 3 to 4 years down the road, you're gonna benefit from the high water. So just remember that when you're trying to get into the lake, that it's a struggle now, but it's going to be rewarding 3 to 4 years down the road.
So we got some good things to look forward to in both Bull Shoals, Norfolk, and the rivers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So y'all on the Buffalo much?
We manage that, but the Park Service does a lot more out there than we typically do. But yeah, we do.
Now that
get out
river
there.
is a national park, right?
Mm-hmm.
From start to finish,
Buffalo
or just in
National.
Arkansas?
I don't think it's start to finish. It's a high percentage of the river. There's still some that is private, but for the high percentage of it is in
National Park.
National Park.
We did one of these creel surveys out there a couple years ago, where interviewed folks and counted the number of people using the river and all that stuff too. So yeah, we do work out there.
Wow. Final thoughts. What we got? A minute and a half?
Yeah.
About a minute and a half, gentlemen.
Why don't you go through the Creek thing one more time, so those that may be interested.
So early in the program, I talked about the tagging project that we're conducting, and so if you are out fishing on Crooked Creek and happen to catch a tagged fish, look on the back of the fish along the dorsal fin. If you want to release the fish, just clip the tag off at the body of the fish. There's a phone number on the tag. Call it, and I'll answer and ask you a few more questions about your fishing trip, the fish that you caught, and that'll give us our information.
I don't know if we'll try to get a quick shot. Here's the red one.
And you must have the tag in your possession to get the reward.
Yeah, you have to, after you call on the tag.
See if I can put it right there in that monitor, get the color out of it right there. Right above the coffee cup, the red one and the yellow one. See them right there behind the monitor.
Looks like little pixie sticks.
It does.
Yeah. So after you call in the tag, you'll have to either physically bring the tag into the office or mail it to the office, so we know that you did catch that fish and that tag, and then we'll process it and you'll get sent a check with your reward money. So
yeah, don't be expecting to get paid that day.
Yeah, we won't give you cash in the office, unfortunately.
Thanks for being here, guys. Enjoyed the program. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.